Hi, Campbell Johnstone, Vast Television.
It scared me on the fact that I thought it would, derail my goal. I thought it would, end my rugby career because in my own mind, a gay All Black wasn't meant to be.
Decided that it was time to share it. The main reason was probably because I was comfortable within myself and comfortable with who I was, and had a very, supportive partner, and just felt that it was time, and felt that it could benefit rugby and sport. The fact that it may, potentially help one person or a couple of people or a lot of people. You can't help anyone if you don't help yourself, and if you're not, 100% comfortable, then you...
What does it mean to be an All Black?
It meant everything. It was, my life goal and that, so it was the world to me. It's something pretty special, and I think every kid, when they're, growing up, they have that vision, that idea to be somewhat a hero, which is an All Black.
What does it mean to be an All Black who opens a new way?
To be honest, it's very humbling. I think my whole experience has been exceptionally humbling. Very lucky. I had such supportive family and friends, and then you hear other people's stories where they didn't have that same support, which is quite sad, and that they had to stop playing the sport they loved because they didn't have that support network. It actually shocked me. I naively thought it would only go maybe New Zealand and then maybe Australia and the rugby community, and that would be where it stopped. But sort of spread around the world like wildfire. After the story went to air, just all the messages, and then all the media requests globally were huge. CNN picked it up, BBC picked it up, so many places. In that sense, it was a little bit nerve-wracking. I guess after it was I was fairly calm. I guess relieved and excited about double life. And the funny thing was, like, I found so much peace and happiness in the sport. I was never really thinking about my sexuality when I was involved in the sports teams, and that it was more so when I was away from sport, away from rugby, and at home, and moments of downtime, that the idea of my sexuality would creep into my head, and the idea of getting found out would creep into my head, and anxiety levels would build, and that. So that was the main struggle that was probably going on. Sport that gave me so much love and joy was also the one thing that sort of gave me anxiety of being found out. So 24, 25, a crossroads in my life. I thought to myself, there's only two options, and the first option was to stop playing rugby, and the second option was to tell someone, and there was no way I was ever going to stop playing the game, so I just had to tell someone, and I decided to tell someone, and I told my parents.
Why do you think in soccer, in football, it's so difficult to find some reference as you?
Well, there are a few in football and in soccer, but I think football in Europe is and in Spain is regarded. We regard All Blacks here, image that we portray it, and you grow up seeing that, and it's that masculinity image, I guess, and where you see a football hero like an All Black hero is a strong man, heterosexual. Was meaning to portray that image, but it was just the way that the world was and the way that the country was. And I think now it's slowly changing, and people know that anyone can be an All Black, or in your sense, anyone can be a football hero.
How would you like to be remembered?
I'd like to be remembered as someone who possibly helped and opened up that door in New Zealand rugby for other people to have the strength and to come through, and to be willing to take that step if they wanted to, and knowing that it's not a bad thing, and it's not as bad as what you think it is inside your head, and it's making an environment where everyone feels welcome. Is making sure you make people feel respected. We live in a world now that if you're good enough, you're not going to be held back just because of the fact you don't fit the mold, or because you're gay, you're going to succeed, because we live in a world now that is very open. And every time a person comes out, it's a brave step, and they help the next person and make it easier for the next person to come out, because there's more and more people coming out. I would recommend to any young athlete, like, just to make sure that the timing is right for you, make sure that you're comfortable, that you have a support network. No one's saying that you have to come out. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you do and you want to tell just one person, then hey, that one person is all you need to tell. If that helps you, then that's excellent. You have a goal and you want to go for it, yeah, you'll achieve it. Don't be put off by that because you don't fit the mold or you don't fit the environment. Yeah, just make it fit you, and you'll succeed.
Well, Campbell, it's a pleasure meeting you. And hope we can meet maybe somewhere in some big event.
Yes, excellent. No, it was lovely meeting you too, and have a good morning.